Welcome to the home of WWE news, rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
I am here almost every day that ends in Y, multiple times a day, even on my birthday, even on my day of birth, even on the day that I was born, the day that I came out of the mother, out of the mom, the day that I came out in 1988, September the 22nd, today. On this time, on this day, it is my birthday, and I am celebrating it with my viewers, my fans, my subscribers, the haters, the dictators, the skeptics. Today is the birthday of the brash and the brazen. And for all of you that have said happy birthday to me today, for all of you that will say happy birthday, for those of you that will leave the comment section, for those of you that will leave messages, for those of you that will leave texts, perhaps sex, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you. From the bottom line, I want to say thank you to the viewers, the fans, the subscribers on my birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much bigger than this. The amplitude of this, the velocity, the veracity of it. Again, I want to thank you for your comments, your opinions, and your wishes on my birthday because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a chock-full loaded episode with the greatest, the best, the newest. And as I always say, if it weren't for you, there certainly would be no Sean's View Entertainment. Now, right at the top of the video, we got to address it because it ties into entertainment. It ties into WWE. ESPN gives WWE Wrestlepalooza, the ones that put it on, the ones that partnered with WWE, give it a C-. Do you agree with ESPN's take giving WWE Wrestlepalooza a C-? Or do you think it was worse? Or do you think it was better? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions here on the Brash and the Brazen, where the fix is always in. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a hell of a lot more coverage. We have a lot more analysis. We have a lot more exclusives to give to you during this breathtaking, breaking video on my birthday, September the 22nd. Now let's get into more news, rumors, headlines that is dominating the interwaves right now. We are receiving word at this moment, and we have a lot of headlines. We have a lot to explore. We have a lot to get into. The coverage is absolutely going to be intense. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the most electrifying, most rumor-packed, most hard-hitting WWE rumors and news right here on YouTube. Remember to click that bell. Remember to hype up this video. And remember, if you want to donate to the show, if you want to help me on my birthday, donate with a super thanks donation in the comment section below this video by using your credit card. It is a super thanks donation. WrestleFeed is reporting the most expensive WrestleMania 42 ticket price has finally been revealed, and fans are absolutely losing their minds. Speculation on high ticket prices have been historically compared to WrestleMania 39 and 40. The backlash on social media, fans saying WWE is pricing out the diehards. The rumor and the gossip, could WWE be intentionally pushing higher prices because of the Disney ESPN connection? It all boils down to your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Breaking into WrestleFeed, the next TNA Hall of Fame inductee has been announced. Who is it and why now? AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Gil Kim, or even a shocking WWE crossover name? Could this be tied to TNA and WWE working together behind the scenes at Wrestlepalooza? According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, at this hour and at this time, it would appear as if Mickie James will be the next selection to go into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame, and it is not a shame. AEW's Ricochet says yes, and is reacting to the ESPN C grade of Wrestlepalooza. That's right, ESPN graded the show like a bad report card. Quote the reaction, sarcastic or marking, comparing how AEW wrestlers are watching WWE stumble with ESPN. Did Triple H underestimate just how much mainstream sports media would bury Wrestlepalooza? Also, original plans revealed for John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Wrestlepalooza, but it never happened. Why? Politics, Cena's health, Lesnar's contract, Netflix fallout, or ESPN fallout, viewers, fans, and subscribers? Did John Cena back out because he finished? Because the finish booked him to be squashed again? You saw fans' tears. You saw kids crying. You saw memes online. Originally, John Cena was penciled in. John Cena was actually going to win that match. Originally, John Cena was actually going to pick up the victory over Brock Lesnar at WWE Wrestlepalooza, but at the last very moment, creative went in a different direction. Plans changed, and Brock Lesnar ended up getting the victory and picking up the W over John Cena, where John Cena was once again annihilated. Another shocker. Cody Rhodes reportedly wanted to lose the WWE Championship at WrestlePalooza to Drew McIntyre. Storyline burnout, perhaps. AEW comeback rumors for Cody Rhodes, family reasons, or maybe Hollywood, because we all know Cody Rhodes has been involved in very numerous ventures outside of WWE as the WWE Champion. Could this tie into a heel turn, or Cody feeling overexposed as champion? A two-time WWE Hall of Famer just found out he may have suffered a heart attack. Concern for Legend's health? The wellness checks in the WWE, are they still on top of it? Why those health scares are now only being discovered? Could WWE use this in a storyline or a Hall of Fame package? According to those in the know, the dirt sheets, the websites, and the insiders, it would appear as if at this hour that Kevin Nash said that he received a heart attack. And he's just bringing this up now. He's just bringing this to light now. Some 20 years ago could have suffered a heart attack. Also, it would appear as if Piper Niven, who has been off WWE TV for a very long time, it seems like that her situation, it seems like that her health, it seems like Piper Niven's injury could lead to a retirement. And that would be a very sad state of affairs if that were to be right, if that were to be true. Let's hope that is not right, factual or true. But again, a lot of rumors and gossip about her having to retire in WWE, Piper Niven from the SmackDown brand. Your thoughts, your comments, your emotions on all of that. But that certainly is not all, because we have a lot to talk about. Guys, coming down the pipe, coming down the line all the time. ESPN again. ESPN buries WrestlePalooza. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, ESPN says that they are not impressed. We're at WrestlePalooza, given a C grade, and not impressed as a double whammy. Will Disney now have second thoughts about the future of WWE? What about USA Network if they were to step in to put Monday Night Raw back on the USA Network? Is there going to be second thoughts? Is there going to be delusions? Is there going to be questions? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on the matter. Netflix versus USA versus the ESPN war, with the fans caught in the middle of this entire damn thing. Now, we just went over 7 stories, guys. We just went through over 7 high-profile stories, and we are still not done. No, unquestionably, we have a lot more to bring to you, because you guys are the center of attention on my birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, Natalya might be getting a character makeover in WWE, according to those in the know. WWE is being accused of buying out AEW all-out seats to make the arena look empty. Do you think that the WWE actually did that? WWE actually canceled and scrapped plans for Randy Orton twist in the Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre match at WrestlePalooza again, where Cody Rhodes actually wanted to drop the WWE title to Drew McIntyre, where Randy Orton was going to inadvertently cost Cody Rhodes the WWE title, leading to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes program going into Survivor Series and perhaps WrestleMania next year. Obviously, the WWE has a bigger plan projection for Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Also, CM Punk says he wants to play the Punisher in a Marvel movie. WrestleMania 40 ticket prices revealed, and they're still sky high. Also, breaking news on a former champion, a former WWE champion, a former WWE Universal Champion returning and coming back to the game, to the company. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it would appear as if Roman Reigns' next major WWE appearance has been confirmed. And it would appear as if that his official return will take place, as a poster confirms Reigns will be part of the landmark show at the RAC Arena October 11th, 2025. It also features top names like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton, all pointing to a star-packed international event. This year's Crown Jewel will be the first ever event held outside Saudi Arabia, and WWE is treating it as a massive deal. It is part of a 3-show takeover of Perth that includes SmackDown, Crown Jewel, and Monday Night Raw, all in the month of October. That is absolutely major. That is extraordinary. The future of John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Maybe even one last comeback story for Cena. Instead, it looks like WWE slammed the door shut on the rivalry for good. Brian Alvarez revealed on the Wrestling Observer Live, the WOL, that the WrestlePalooza match was the final chapter in the Lesnar-Cena saga, and according to Alvarez, not only was it their last match, but WWE has no intention of having Lesnar serve as Cena's final opponent either. As the final ever, the last ever opponent for John Cena hangs in the balance, viewers. We still do not know who John Cena's final ever opponent in WWE will be. Some said, well, maybe the punishment and the pain and the conquering that Brock Lesnar did to John Cena. Maybe Brock Lesnar really was the last opponent for John Cena. But knowing John Cena, he never gives up and he never backs down. Win, lose, or draw, John Cena will give you every single thing that he, by God, has. And John Cena will keep going and going because he is the machine that is. He may be older. He may have slowed up. You know, injuries have maybe been a part of the game, but John Cena is not going to have any shame at the end of the day. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions here on the brash and the brazen way of business always picks up around the damn clock. But certainly that is not all. Because according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, the Young Buck acknowledged the end of the Elite faction. Alberto El Patron joins reality TV show after his departure from AAA. Also, Natalya poised for WWE character change and claims Uncle Ross. Also, MLW Fury Road 25, the preview is online. And Stephanie McCurry thanks Shawn Michaels and more after her world title win. Becky Lynch blames a B and a biased ref for WrestlePalooza defeat to AJ Lee. Boy, is this going to really tie into the shenanigans, the storylines, and the drama, the dramatics that are adding up with Becky Lynch and her loss at WWE WrestlePalooza. Bret Hart says the following about Bill Goldberg. This just does never end. Millionaire Goldberg never compensated me for injury. But in the world of wrestling, listen, as much as we love Bret Hart, he's a big whiner. He's a big complainer. Listen, accidents happen. Things happen. Look what happened to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Did he cry and whine about it? Stone Cold Steve Austin could have been crippled. He could have been in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. But Stone Cold Steve Austin got up. He was pissed off, but he did what he had to do at the end of the day. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions as this is all unraveling right before your very eyes. Also, the Monday Night Raw preview is online. Are you looking forward and are you excited for tonight's edition of Raw on Netflix? Also, we got breaking news on a major pregnancy in World Wrestling Entertainment. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, WWE Women's ID Champion Kylie Ray reveals pregnancy. Obviously, that is major, and obviously, that is monumental in every way of the word. Why CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch should main event another future Monday Night Raw in a rematch. Again, there's already rumor and speculation of a rematch. Maybe Saturday night's main event between these two teams one more time. Is that something you'd be interested in? Josh Barnett, wrestlers coming to me asking for Bloodsport spots. Also, the backstage reaction and the reason behind Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre main eventing WrestlePalooza. Main event or not, that match fell short. It was too short. It was just horrible. And I can see why WWE WrestlePalooza got a C grade at this stage. I can obviously see it. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers at this hour. Backstage news on Becky Lynch becoming WWE's go-to ring general for returning legends. Speaking about general, the former world champion Gunther is expected back on WWE TV as soon as this month, if not tonight. Odyssey Jones' legal team demands WWE hand over records tied to abuse allegations and termination. AJ Lee reveals when WWE return plans actually came together. Also, matches in the opening segment has been revealed for tonight, September the 22nd, on my birthday, for Raw in Evansville tonight, live. Multiple WWE stars confirmed for Raw tonight in Evansville, Indiana. Also, we are receiving word at this time and at this hour. The Young Bucks joke about returning to TNA Wrestling. Also, we are receiving word at this time that AEW free to explore new TV and streaming partners amid WBD uncertainty. Chris Statlander admits that she didn't expect AEW title win to happen so soon. Sol Ruka says she never watched wrestling before joining WWE. Sol Ruka admits she's never been in a real fight. ESPN X went all in on WWE at WrestlePalooza. A stigma around pro wrestling is dead. Is ESPN already going to fall out? Are they already going to cancel out with WWE? Because, again, the stigma around pro wrestling is dead. Wow. Is ESPN already going to be backing out of WWE? That would be absolutely monumental for all intents purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got plenty more to come around the clock. I will never stop. We are like the Energizer Bunny. We just keep going and going and going. Why? Because if it weren't for you, there would be no Sean's View. Subscribe on my birthday. Become a channel member. Donate below or become a channel member today to help me last so I can overcome the odds day in and day out. It is always going to be star-studded on here, no doubt. Subscribe.